Cody Entertainment and Lighting, and I just want to tell you a little bit, I'm going to introduce Ron first, but Ron and I first met at a networking event back in 2012. I just kind of started the wedding scene, just kind of getting going, and met Ron. Ron was kind of on his way starting his, what he does today, a lot smaller scale, what have you, but stayed in touch all over the years. Ron's done a lot of photos for me, my family, for my business, family members and things like that, so he's been a great resource, a great friend, and very excited to always partner with him with some fun stuff along the way. So, further ado, Ron Levin.
All right. Wow, that was so cool. For those of you who don't know who I am, and you're meeting me for the first time, sorry. For those of you who do know me, you're welcome. Mike.
Other Mike.
Good? All right. Wow, there we go. Yeah, okay. He said you can talk, Ron, so just don't raise your voice. So, and I do feel like there's two places that I'm comfortable. Behind the mic and behind the camera. And there's two places that I'm not comfortable. Behind the mic and behind the camera. So your same strength that you have can be the same weakness that you have. It's how you look at them doing that. So I wanted to start by saying, legit, thank you guys so much. Liz and I just threw this together like on a whim, and they were like, yeah! And then I leave for 2 weeks to go on vacation with no internet, and we're like, I come back and I'm scrambling to get everything done, kind of thing like that. So, but I know me, if I don't do it right away, I'll find 35 reasons not to do it. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this. You guys wanna see me get in trouble? I need to have my wife come up here. Yeah, come on up. They're all looking at you now.
Oh, she's pissed.
Yes. There will be a pillow and a blanket on the couch when I get home. No. This, when
you're speechless.
when you walk away from security, and I walked away from an $80,000 salary just to do this full time. That was a lot to process because that was a lot of security, benefits, everything that came along with it. But she knew that I couldn't trust the company that I was working with, and who knows what they could have done to me in the future in a different situation. So I chose to go on my own. Good days, bad days, the support that she gave me is immeasurable. So, thank you. Woo-hoo. And I'm going to pay for this, I know.
No, you're fine.
All right, so those are my notes from that. So I already said, for those of you who don't know me, sorry for the first time, but for those of you guys who do, you're welcome. So I want to talk to you guys. Jay already told my story about how we met, and I was doing his sister-in-law's family pictures. Did that, and she was like, hey, my brother-in-law is doing, DJing. He's got a networking night coming up. You should go. It's like, oh, okay, let's go. So I went and met Jay, and the instant camaraderie is another thing that's immeasurable. When you connect with someone, there's just something about the connection that it's stronger than friendship. It goes beyond that into brothership kind of, into brotherhood kind of thing. So a lot of people from the wedding industry in here, a lot of people from different businesses. So we're going to address a lot of different things in here tonight. But the first thing I want to start with is I was up at 3 o'clock this morning, and I had 3 different thoughts. And I'm always one to prepare. So if I'm ever ministering at my church, I'll come up with 3 good things that I feel like is the time of the year and the season to say something. And then at the day of, I just kind of zero in. And today I really felt like I needed to tell this part of the story, because I had somebody the other day, last week before I went on vacation, saying, wow, look at where you are. This is my 1-year anniversary of being in this studio. 1 year. And I had somebody tell me to my face that I'll never make any money in photography. I come from a school of hard knocks. I don't know about you guys. I come from a school of hard knocks and hardship. Why I'm telling you this is because I want to encourage you that no matter what we face in our business and in our lives, we always have to focus on the positive. Very, very long story short, going to school, I was always a halfway decent student. Did what I needed to get by, but still had, B's. So I was a little bit higher as far as in the school. Got all the way to 6th grade, got all the way to 7th grade, got all the way to 8th grade. And in 8th grade, my parents got divorced. And at that time, it was a very bad alcoholic situation that caused that situation. So 8th grade, I had no idea. My whole world fell apart. My friend, who's no longer with us, Scott Harding, he was my friend. He was in 7th grade, so I'm in 8th grade. 8th grade rolls around, my world falls apart, and I just started not paying attention, doing more playing than anything else. And then 8th grade rolled around, and I stayed back. My friend that was in 7th grade came up to 8th grade. Now my best friend's in my class with me, so how much more am I not going to pay attention and play more? Well, I didn't know at night he was doing his homework. 8th grade rolled around, I stayed back again. He went on to 9th grade. Halfway through 8th grade again, I see the same pattern happening again. So I was in 8th grade 3 times. There was no Obama back then, no child left behind kind of thing like that. In that situation, I finally was like, that's it. I'm going to get my life together. I'm going to straighten up. That's it. My mom decides she's going to move to Connecticut. And I just got into 9th grade in Putnam, and you have to be picked for your groups and your trades that you're going to go, exploratory grades. So I go through 9th grade. I did well in carpentry. I picked carpentry. So 10th grade rolls around. My mom says she's going to go to Connecticut. And I was like, I can't do that. I finally got into, the trade that I want to do, carpentry. She goes, well, you're going to have to go stay with your dad. So I did. That lasted about 2 weeks. Went and lived someplace else. That lasted about a week. From there to the point of I even had to leave that bad situation and sleep behind a dumpster for about 2 weeks, and still went to school every single day because I was determined to at least get my high school diploma. To this day, I'm the only one in my family that has a high school diploma. So for me, that was an accomplishment to get to that point. So when somebody says to me, oh my God, look at all the stuff you got. Did you want to go through what I went through? Nobody wants to go through that kind of stuff, but I want to encourage you that no matter what you're going through, there's always a light someplace. Find it, latch onto it, hold onto it, focus on it. That way there's nothing that can keep you from fulfilling your goals except for yourself. So I got a quote for you. You're not stuck unless you stop. You're not stuck unless you stop. If you stop, that's when you start to get stuck. If any of you know me, if I don't follow my notes, and I got a timer going over here too. Long story short, Nicole, who is not here tonight, she's a dress designer. She reached out to me and said, hey Ron, I need to redo my catalog. Would you be interested in helping me? I was like, yeah, well, what's your vision? What are you thinking about? She showed me her other catalog, and then we decided we were going to get together with something up-to-date, beautiful dresses. And the catalog needed to, which is over there on that desk, the catalog needed to be the same level of the dresses. So I'm doing my thing. We're at a beautiful Winthrop? Winbrook, thank you. Winbrook up in the Berkshires, and doing my thing, and I got my light, and it's just one model after another model after another model after another model, different dress, same model, different dress, same model. And I'm just like rapid shooting, getting all of the stuff and beautiful fireplace. And I've got my light over here, everything's perfect. And all of a sudden, this little 5'2" figure comes walking across my side over here like this, and gimbally. She's got her iPhone on her gimbally thing, and she's just like walking around doing this stuff. And I'm like, where did you come from, first of all? And second of all, I'm like, what in the world are you doing? And I couldn't figure it out. So I'm watching her, and I'm wondering what she's doing, and we're doing pictures, and she's doing like all behind the scenes and stuff like that, which I thought was really cool, because as a photographer, I can't get that bride and groom's first kiss at the same time as me taking my cell phone out and trying to get a 3 to 5 second reel for my social media. That's where I feel like that's where the disconnect is for us as photographers, to be able to find the connection between doing that. So I know I need things for my social media. So it's always been something in the back of my heart to try and figure out a way, how can I do? Nobody in Western Massachusetts is doing this. So her and I started talking, and I was like, hey, let's just grab a coffee. I need to know what you do and how you do what you do. So we grabbed a coffee. She was not late. I was 45 minutes early. Let me just start by saying that, and just
45 minutes.
I was 45 minutes
45
early.
minutes early.
I come walking in, I sit down, found a seat. We just started talking because I didn't understand the concept and what content creation is. And she's going to explain it. Once she explained it to me, this is the last thing she said to me. So we were joking before you guys got here, and I call it seasoned, old school. She says OG. And I was like, that does make me feel like an old guy. That's not really, let's go with seasoned. So we started talking about a couple of things, and this is she's going to tell you what she does and how she does and everything else like that. But I'm just going to address what she said to me, because it just really caused me to just say, whoa. So she was explaining all this stuff that she does, and I was just blown away that this was even a thing. Had no idea. She said, Ron, the world that we live in now is going to change. And in 5 years, people will be looking through social media to find whatever vendors or businesses or things that they're looking for. And this is what she said. I don't care how good you are, if you're not on social media to the extent of being visible and consistent, you will not even be on their radar. And I had to step back and say, wow. It makes so much sense, because, Liz, if you can go up and hit that first slide. We said that the future's coming. Hit that, there you go. Anybody remember that? I'm a little old school. Let your fingers do the walking. Wait, no, Liz, hit it again. Welcome to 2024. Everything is a swipe. Stay there. Everything is a swipe, no matter what. 2024, this is now the norm. This is how people are finding you. You've got 3 seconds to get their attention, because otherwise they're going right past your stuff. And me as a photographer, my stuff needs to stand out. My picture needs to wow them, or they're going right on by to something else that grabs their attention. Agree with it or not, it's the truth. Agree with it or not. I do not agree with this. I feel like social media is a necessary evil. But if I don't do it, I'm going to be, in 5 years, where am I going to be? So the same question to you is, next slide. Progress of media format. 8 tracks. Yes, I'm that old. My first car had an 8-track in it. Ka-ching. Remember that big ka-ching button? Cassettes, CDs, MP3s, straight to Bluetooth. And now underneath the line it says, everything is streamed now. You can't even get ABC, NBC, or anything else without getting a streaming service from, what is it, Fubo, Roku, I don't even, there's so many.
Fubu.
My wife and I have a joke. I'm simple. I'm very simple. Next one, please. All right. Welcome to the new normal. You've got 3 to 7 seconds to keep their attention to get them to click. This is now the norm. I found out the other day, you can go to Instagram and go under the reels and just start going through reels, and they look really cool as you're looking at them. It says use template. You click on that, and now you put your own pictures or video clips inside of that thing. It does everything for you. Here's the problem. If you don't have good stuff to show your work on your phone, that template is not going to do nothing for you. And I'm saying this as a professional photographer. Get your stuff professional. Get it done right so that, and this is what Liz is going to address later on, it's like the simplicity of cell phones nowadays is ridiculous. I'm going to get lost. Go ahead, click. All right. Attention. Did I spell it right? Attention. Yeah. Impression and intrigued. Intrigued, like, maybe I should click a little bit further. Next. All right. If you don't adapt. Next.
Love that. Love it.
I could not resist putting that in there. Pivot. If you don't pivot. Next. You're not even going to be on the radar. If people don't see you, he's fine. If people don't see you, they won't find you. If they don't find you, they won't buy from you. If they don't buy from you, where will you be in 5 years? And where will your sales be? I quit my corporate job in 2021. It took me 2 full, hard, working years. If you guys watch my social media, you know I hustle. But it took me 2 years to make up the income that I lost. Flip the coin, it only took me 2 years to get back the income that I lost. And my projection moving forward, the last bridal show that I just did, I already booked 4 from that one bridal show. Getting yourselves out there in front of the people, that's all I do. You put me in front of it. I can sew, snow to a snowman. That's just, and I don't mean that in a salesy way, because sometimes that's the turnoff, that we don't want to sound salesy, so therefore we don't do any sales. Next. All right. Social media is the key. I don't care what you're doing. There is no more yellow pages. There is no more beepers. Now it is the content that people are going to. I'll have somebody, I always ask, hey, how did you find me? 9 times out of 10, a friend of mine said it, word of mouth, or I did a Google search in my area. Thank God for SEO. I just updated my website, so now I'm better at SEO. Or they are now going to social media and they are saying, hey, past brides, tell me who was your DJ. They're not even searching now. They're just going to past brides. Who did your wedding? Who was your DJ? Who was your photographer? Who was your caterer? We did an event at Westfield Brewery a couple of weeks ago. It was 80s night. So Haley said, hey, Ron, I'm going to come out and take some pictures. She said, fine. And I gave them like a couple of 100 pictures of their event. Now they have all this social media content to put inside of their social media. Nutrition First hired me to come in and do pictures with their drinks. When you do a session like that, you end up with like 3 months worth of content so that you don't have to do it. You'll have 3 months of content. Just go into that well and keep pulling things. Change the words. Okay, next. All right. For those of you who don't know, that is my son, Samuel. Samuel, come here for a second. He was born 1 pound, 7 ounces, 25 weeks. My wedding band would go all the way up my arm, all the way up his arm, all the way up to his shoulder. He wasn't going to live past 3 days. He wasn't going to live past 3 days. When you talk about trials and perseverance, this is what I'm talking about. This is the stuff that's going to take us. What is your drive? What is your why? This is why I put a camera in my hand, because I needed to document whatever life I had with Sam. Whatever it was going to be. 3% chance of life. Thankfully, I'm very humble when I say that. Statistically, they were not on our side. I'm very, very blessed to be on this side of it. So, thank you. Couldn't resist. So he knows the drill. So I'm going to introduce Liz right now. So what we did was we sat down. We were like, oh my God, nobody's doing this in Western Massachusetts. She's like, I was like, hey, would you do a workshop with me? And she's like, oh my God, that'd be amazing. Now, she's going to tell you her story. She's going to tell you what she does. And she doesn't even have anybody here in Western Massachusetts. So I said, I need to do this in my studio. I need to go, do this inside of here so that we have something in Western Massachusetts. She goes, okay. I said, how about next month? She goes, oh, that quick. And we literally just threw this together in a very short amount of weeks. And you guys are here under that. So I can't thank you guys enough. So Liz, without further ado, seriously, this is all yours. Pull up your slide so I can do the clicky thing for you.
Oh, you're going to do the clicky thing for
I'm
me?
going to do the clicky thing for you.
I get reciprocal clickies. Ron, I don't think I know.
That's all right. I'll pull it up.
Oh, here we go.
It's minimized under the
Here we go.
the Chrome. Cool. I'm going to get this out of the way. All right. I'm going to shut mine off, Jay. Yes.
Cool.
Let me know if that's off. Yes? Good. All right.
Awesome.
All yours. Tag team.
Thanks, Ron. Hi, guys.